This company paid us $10,000 to stripe parking lines in their gravel parking lot, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how we got this job, how we tried to tell them that we couldn't do it, and if you stick around to the end, I'm also going to reveal to you the worst part about doing industrial jobs like this. But we landed this $10,000 job with just $5 in ad spend using our new Google ad strategy, and if you want to learn how we use the BOA method to land monster jobs like this, check out Local Domination 2. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description. Currently $100 off for the first couple days, so be sure not to wait. But this job came through on a call off of an ad, as I mentioned before, and anytime that we get a call from a large commercial facility or an industrial facility like this job, we get super excited because that typically means that we're going to make some good money, right? You get those googly eyes, something I tell people all the time, like when these big jobs come through, when you get a call on them, when you get a message on them, don't get overexcited, don't count your chickens before they hatch, but it's just part of the deal. Like anytime we get a big call, I'm like, I can't believe it. We got a call a little while back from Walmart. I'll probably do a separate video on that. They wanted 2 Walmarts completely restriped. We ended up sending a quote that was about 40 grand and was going to be over the course of about a year to get all of this done. I'm not going to tell you guys whether or not we got it. I'm going to save that for another video and I'll tell you guys all about it then. But a pro tip is, you guys can make significantly more money on industrial jobs like this one because it's technically more dangerous, and also because of all the paperwork and insurance that you need to have in place in order to get approved to do these types of jobs. There's a bigger barrier to entry to do this type of work. Therefore, there's more money to be made. Now, with the increase in money also comes a big negative, which I told you guys I'm going to tell you about at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. But the call came in and my partner Jacob went out to go take a look at it, and after he took a look at it, he gave me a call and basically said he didn't know how we were going to be able to do this job when all of the striping was on a gravel parking lot where the paint is basically not going to stick, as well as trying to run a machine over a gravel parking lot. It's going to be extremely bumpy. We can figure out that part, but the paint not sticking part is probably, just the worst, because at the end of the day, our job is to go out there and lay paint down, and if it doesn't stick, that kind of defeats the purpose of us actually doing the job. So we talked it over, and after we discussed all the possibilities, we just decided that we were going to go ahead and not do the job, and that we'd let the person know that there was no way that we would be able to do it. I actually called my buddy Chris too, and I said, Chris, what do you think about this? And he's like, honestly, it's going to look really bad on you if you go out to do a parking lot striping job and none of the paint sticks. And so I said, you know what, you're completely right. So it's a good thing to have a network of people around you that you can kind of bounce ideas off of and things, because from our perspective, we stood to gain a lot of money if we did the job. Like you guys are going to see, we did this job in about 2.5 days. $10,000 is a good amount of money, and it's like, well, should we just kind of take a chance on it? But whenever you can kind of ask somebody that doesn't have any skin in the game, they can give you a more realistic answer, and that's what Chris was able to provide for us. And he said, if it was my company, I wouldn't do it, because if it turns out bad, then it's going to reflect poorly on your company. So be sure you have people in your corner that can also give you this kind of advice that aren't necessarily tied to your business. So big shout out to Chris for that. But we decided we weren't going to do it. Jacob didn't call immediately and tell them that, we weren't going to do it. Instead, he waited a couple days because obviously, you don't want to call and give that news. If they had any other people bidding it, we were like, maybe they'll just get it. But the guy ended up calling us back. And when he called us back, he said that he needed to have a price over as soon as possible. And we took that opportunity to let him know that we probably weren't going to be doing the job because it wasn't a good idea for us, and that, he should probably go with another company, or maybe not do it at all because the lines aren't going to stick. And that's when he told us that he didn't care how long it lasted for, that it was the plant's money, and that all he was concerned about is getting the job done, and that we needed to go ahead and send over the estimate. So we did exactly that. We put together an estimate. Now, to cover ourselves, we typed up specific terms and conditions to this particular job, which basically said that our company did not guarantee any type of result. Our only guarantee is the fact that we will spray paint in the places that the line should be, and in the event that the paint does not stick, we forego any of that responsibility. Now, if you guys don't have a way to put terms and conditions on your estimates, check out Quota Q. You can do it for absolutely free. I'll leave a link down in the comment section description below, but in it, you can attach custom terms and conditions to every estimate that you send to customers, and they must agree to them whenever they accept your estimate, which will alleviate you of liability in the event that something goes wrong, and it's covered in the terms and conditions. And it's just a good way to go to kind of cover yourself and your business. So we typed up our terms and conditions. We sent them over to the guy who had called us about this plant job, and they went ahead and approved it, and they got us on the schedule. Job ended up taking about 2.5 days because as we were doing the job, they had another group of guys come out and actually lay out where the lines were going to be sprayed at, which was perfect for us because we didn't have to look at the plans and lay out any lines or anything. Our only responsibility was to spray paint where those lines were supposed to be, so that worked out very well. My guess is that the industrial plant that, you know, they needed this parking lot done because of some compliance issue or maybe a safety issue with regards to, you know, the plant and parking. So that's why they had us come out and do this job. And we also told them that if they had us come out and do this on a recurring basis, that we could offer them a discount. So I'm hoping that they end up taking us up on that offer, getting us to come out on a recurring basis to do this. I'm not sure if they will or not. You know, maybe they were having like a safety check or something that they needed this done for. And obviously, you know, other parking lot striping companies that they reached out to didn't feel comfortable doing this either, because whenever we told him that we weren't going to be able to do it, he said just send over the estimate, and we did. So ultimately everything came out good, you know, at least from our perspective, because we got paid. I'm not sure how long the lines lasted. There was some lines kind of blowing up as we were out there striping them, but as I said, we alleviated ourselves from any responsibility with regards to the paint actually sticking. Now, the biggest reason why these industrial jobs are bad is because they take so long to pay out. So we did this job over 2 months ago, and we just recently got paid for it. So as you guys can see, it took a little while to get paid. However, the money is so good on them that, you know, it doesn't really matter. Just be sure that you don't take on a job that has a ton of costs and that you need money quickly in order to cover those costs, because in that event, they will take a long time to pay you and you will be without that money. But if you guys made it this far in the video, comment down below industrial and I'll hashtag you a real one. And if you want to learn how to start a parking lot striping business, I'll leave a link in the comment section and the description of this video to my buddy Chris's course so you guys can check it out. But my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and until next time, hustle hard, get that money, baby. Peace.